Can I go to your house?
I don't have a house, Jason. I live in a boundless void.
Can I go there?
No, it's a boundless void.
Okay.
So, what you're saying is there are certain aspects of your existence here in the good place that are confusing for you, and you're searching for some place to go where you feel less lonely. I know somewhere you could go. Why did you do that?
Because you were nice to me. You're my friend.
Okay.
Okay.
Darcy Carden's right here.
Hi, guys.
All right?
You.
Oh, no, you.
You.
Them.
Yeah.
Us.
Everyone.
All at once.
This is us.
Yes, and let's get into that because
Okay.
that show, it's a great show. That's also coming back. But I want to talk about yours first.
Sure.
And we will. We'll get into that. But first thing, absolute first thing I got to know, how are you doing? How are you?
I'm good.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm in New York. I used to live here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I live.
Be back,
I love being back. Yeah, it's buzzy. You know what I mean? You guys all live here. You know.
Yeah.
You know the thing.
Yeah, they're almost.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I love New York, and it's nice out right now. Is it? Yeah. I mean, it's not as nice.
They don't
as
let me
LA.
outside. I
Yeah.
do this, and then I sleep in the room downstairs, and then I come back up. So all I know is what's through those windows. So if it's nice out, that's good. That's a great vibe.
You should get out.
I'm trying.
You should leave.
Yeah, but with awesome people like you, why would I leave?
Wow.
See that? See, that's why they don't let me out of the
That's
building.
right.
That's literally the exact reason. So when was it's great that you're back. I'm glad you're enjoying your time back. When was the last time you were here? Yeah.
What month is it?
September, right?
It is
September,
September,
guys?
right?
Yeah, it's September.
I was here.
I polled the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah. What do you guys think? What month is it? I got a
My,
September here.
My sister got married in Brooklyn in May, so I was
Cool.
just here.
So you're just here. So
Yeah.
it's nice to be back.
Yeah.
I also saw recently you just did a really fun thing with Paul Scheer, hanging out with Paul
Yeah.
Scheer. How did
Oh,
that
yeah,
go? That
he's
looked
the
like it was a
best.
blast. He's amazing.
He's great. It was super fun. Weird Al was it was one of the guests. The Paul Scheer show is kind of like a dinner party, but in front of an audience. And yeah, I'm like such a big Weird Al fan that I don't know what I said. Like, I don't know what I said in front of him.
Well, as someone that works on a day-to-day basis with Ted Danson and, of course, Kristen Bell and all these amazing people,
Yeah.
is Weird Al, though, like one of those people that kind of shuts down all your senses? Like, oh, my God, it's Weird Al.
He's like bigger than life. I mean, his name is Weird.
Yeah,
right?
It's right on the sign.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
what you're getting into.
So it definitely, like, people like Ted or Weird Al or who, it's like people that you have known since you were a little kid, and then seeing them as an adult in real life, it takes you a moment to kind of adjust to that. Which weirdly, with Ted, he's so lovely and easy to be around and down to earth and funny and weird that it goes away really quick. That kind of those nerves,
Yeah, and then it's just Ted.
and then it's just Ted.
That's just Ted.
And then it's just Ted. And then you just remember that it's Ted when you're with him and someone meets him for the first time and they're like stumbling over their words and you're like, why are you being so strange? It's
just
because
Ted.
they're meeting Ted Danson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Well, one of the things that I'm curious about this season versus last season, I know there was a really big twist. It's out. The first season's on Netflix, by the way, now, guys. If you haven't watched yet, I don't know what the hell you're doing here.
Yeah,
You
what
gotta
the
watch
hell are
it.
you
Yeah.
doing?
What are you doing? What I'm asking.
Literally,
honestly.
what the hell are you doing
Right now.
right now?
Well, not watching it. That's for damn
That's
sure.
true.
That much we've established.
Yeah.
And it's on Netflix. It's an amazing show, and there's a huge twist that was a big like secret that nobody could talk about, nobody could really spoil, and you wanted to make sure you preserve it because it really
Yeah.
adds to the fun of the show.
It definitely does.
Now that it's on Netflix, we can talk about it.
I know. It feels weird. It still does feel weird to talk about it.
I know.
Because
That's why I haven't said it yet. I'm
I know.
going to let you
I
do it
know.
if it happens. I'm not going to be the one.
I was like doing an interview earlier today in a car where there were makeup and hair people that hadn't watched the show. And on the phone, I was avoiding saying the spoiler because I didn't want to ruin it for them, which was like, it's been a while. It's
been a while. They should know by now.
We're allowed to say.
Yeah, okay, we're allowed to say it. I still feel
I
weird
don't
about
want
it.
to say
Yeah,
it.
I don't- hang on. Show of hands. Who doesn't know?
Yeah, who doesn't know what the twist is? It's
Who
okay.
doesn't know?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. We won't
We're
get
all
mad at you.
busy. We have
Okay,
busy lives.
So we have 3. They're going to leave
Okay.
the room for the
know.
remainder of this
But
conversation.
what if somebody's watching it at home? Like,
Oh, I didn't.
what do we do? Okay, basically, the good place is the bad place.
There we go.
Screw you guys. You didn't know.
That was actually a lot easier to say,
Yeah.
honestly, at the end of the day. Well, my question now, from all of that, is
Yeah.
here we are, season 2.
Season 2.
Is there something that you can't say that is like bubbling underneath the surface that you're terrified of absolutely like accidentally slipping out?
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
It's
Fair
the
enough.
way Mike Schur writes this show is I can't tell you what happens in the first episode. Like it is already I mean, other than you three, if you watch the first season, you know that it's like full of twists and turns, and you know that the end has that big twist, but it ends with Michael rebooting us. We're all rebooting, yeah. And so that's like all I can tell you is that the first season starts with us all being rebooted. Yeah.
That's literally the only thing you can give us right now.
Yeah, baby.
Yes. Well, I'm not complaining.
I know, because you
it adds
don't
to the
want to
fun.
know.
No,
You don't want to know.
Honestly,
Yeah.
everybody pretends that they do, and everybody's looking for it.
Yeah.
But the truth is, if we all knew, then we wouldn't watch it.
You'd be bummed. So,
Yeah.
but you should still watch it.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, you three. You've been given
Actually, now
homework.
that you know, it might be like a fun experience. I don't know.
Well, actually, to that end, there are a ton of fun little details that you don't catch the first time
It
that
is
you're going
worth
around.
a rewatch for
so
sure.
it does hold up to like going back
Yeah.
and rewatching it and finding all those things. Because you're right, everybody working on this show is obviously layering so many fun little things.
They smart.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
V smart. from
V
what
smart.
V smart. So.
And the other thing about rewatching it is, I know it feels daunting because it's a season of TV. It's like 4 hours or something. Because the episodes are like 22 minutes. It's like a long web series.
Yeah, you can totally binge it.
Just
very
do it.
comfortably.
Yeah, do it in 2 nights.
Web series with a ridiculous production budget. though.
Truly, yeah.
Like,
The
some of
most
things that are-
expensive web series of all time.
When you walked into the door and you're starting this, how much do they divulge before you get in front of the camera? How much do you know before?
When you said walk into the door, I was truly like, what door? Which door?
Where's this going?
What is the door that I walked into? Okay.
The door.
The door. So,
the
yeah.
door.
When I got the job,
Yeah.
I knew nothing. All I knew was that these 2 cuties were in it. Mike Schur was making it. So that's like an
That's
instant
quite new.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I didn't, the audition was, the lines were not Janet. Does that make sense? I didn't know Janet's name. I didn't know anything about the show other than these 2 cuties were in it. Like what I'm saying is they were like, it was a fake audition basically,
Yeah.
and with no script, just kind of like some made up.
Well, something that I
character.
thought was really fun when I was like doing a little bit of research just to prepare.
Okay, someone's bragging.
Well, it's just humble brag.
Yeah.
But I found something that kind of blew my mind and it made me question everything. I wrote it down. I was like, this was an old press release that came out, and it goes, Carden will play.
yes!
Yeah, Janet Della D'Annunzio, a violin salesperson
Yes.
with a checkered past.
Yeah.
And I was like, what freaking episode was that?
I know,
in?
I know.
I went back in my mind. I was like, what did I miss? I was texting my wife. I was like, did she sell
I love
violins?
that.
No. And then
No.
we were like, oh. And then I read the rest, and I was like, oh, that didn't actually
Totally.
happen. So, like, when did that change happen?
That was
Were
the
you-
funny thing. It was like so that they right when I got the job, they were like, we're going to tell you everything tomorrow.
Yeah.
Come in tomorrow. We'll have a meeting. Drew Goddard, Mike Schur, sit down. We'll tell you everything, and you cannot say a word about it.
And what do you know about violins?
Yeah. Well, actually, the funny thing is I couldn't even tell my my agent or my manager about it. So at some point, they were like, "Are we going to need to get you like violin lessons, or when does the violin thing come into it?" Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, no violin." But they, got the call late one night that I got the job. The next morning, I'm in a meeting with them where they took me through the season. Only to a point, though. They only told me maybe the first 5 episodes, and then these 2 cuties knew the whole arc.
It's the original title of the show,
Yeah,
by the way.
These Two
It was
Cuties.
originally called These Two Cuties.
These 2
Yeah.
cuties in hell.
That was the song.
Yeah. I know, because I was hired to sing the song before I was hired to act on the show.
Yeah, 100%.
But do you remember how it went? These 2 cuties in hell.
again, right? Because it was supposed to like lay the groundwork.
That's right.
That it was.
Right, it was
yeah.
really setting it up.
But it's also it raises questions. You're like, again?
Again?
What
I gotta
happened?
watch
Yeah,
this.
I need to know.
Yeah.
Did she sell violins? and then you're in. That's how they get you.
That's right. So the other 4, Manny, Jamila, and Will and I, we didn't know the twist or the second half of the season until we got about halfway through. And then Mike sat us down, Kristen and Ted on one side of the table, us on the other. Kristen
Not
filmed us.
intimidating at all.
Yeah. It was a moment where we're like, are we about to be fired or what?
Is this a good
To
meeting?
let you know that you're all dead after episode 5. You're never coming back.
I do love the idea that if they were going to get rid of all of you, they would sit you across from the only 2 people
That
left.
we're staying. Yeah.
Make them tell you.
Yeah.
Like that's how I would do it.
Yeah.
I also read, I thought this was great, that,
Tell me.
you didn't get to find out till about midway.
Right.
But these 2 cuties knew, and supposedly Ted was like telling all his friends because he was so excited about it.
Which we didn't know until much later. So in the moment, in the day, on
Yeah.
the day, in present, well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
At the
present
time,
moment.
that's
Yeah.
what it is.
The present then.
The present then.
Past present.
This little cutie was keeping up this lie that he wasn't telling anybody.
Yeah.
Like Kristen didn't tell Dax. I didn't tell my husband. People didn't tell anyone. But then after the fact, we found out that Ted was truly telling everybody. Anyone that asked, he would say, here's what the show is, and he'd kind of give them like an overview. And when they would kind of say, that sounds good, or that sounds
They'd already
good,
bought in. He didn't need to tell them
he
anymore.
he'd be like, he wanted a big reaction. So he'd be like, oh, you think it's cute? I'll tell you what's cute.
Got it.
And then he would spoil it.
Well,
But I
here's
love
what I
him.
would say, though. Not so much kudos to Ted's friends for not spoiling it,
Oh my
right?
gosh, those guys rule.
What awesome friends Ted Danson has.
That is probably true.
I would have assumed that to begin
Yes.
with, but it's nice to have that confirmed.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about, if you can, working with Michael on this show, because he's one of those guys that I feel like should be more of a household name than he is, right? Like, he's responsible. Not a lot of people realize he's responsible, like, some of the greatest comedy, like, on television for the last decade.
Yeah.
You know, The Office and Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Parks and Rec. I mean, all these amazing gifts that he's given us. And now this incredible show. Going into this, are you intimidated to work with him? Did you know him from before?
I definitely knew of him and was a huge fan. I had friends that had worked with him, and his reputation is like that he's the nicest guy around and that he's so great to work with. And these writers sort of go with him from show to show because he's such an amazing creator, boss, whatever. People love working with him. So I knew that he had a good vibe. And in my first audition, I met him and was so nervous to meet him, but instantly, truly, like the second I met him, I was like, oh, this guy is, I get, he's the coolest. He's easy and collaborative and funny and not intimidating. He's just lovely. He is a full genius. He is the nicest guy. I mean, it's such a weird, it's so cheesy to talk about the show because I love everybody so much.
That's a very cheesy thing to say.
Cheesy. It's
That's
like,
a very cheesy
ugh,
thing.
It's
but
gross.
But you mean it.
I do mean it, and everybody's really nice and really great. And like I said, like the cast and crew and writers, like people are like, Mike, sure. What do you want us to do? We'll do it. Where do you want us to go? Well, he rocks.
That's going to be the soundbite that we take. Talk a little bit about Mike Schur. He rocks.
Yeah,
yeah,
he does.
perfect.
With
Well, that's all you really need to
X,
say.
X. Yeah, he's great. I love him. Love him. Love him.
Awesome.
Love him. He
Does
creates a great.
I feel like a lot of his prior projects and shows sort of were these fun little like playgrounds for people to, in addition to having brilliant writing, but like take a moment to play and
Yeah.
do fun improv and
Right.
mess around, which you totally and obviously have a great background in. Was that like? Did you bring some of those UCB like tools with you to this set? Like, were you excited to like bring that toolkit? And,
Yeah,
like,
I
use
mean-
it with Ted Danson and all these
Right.
people. Yeah.
It's funny having an improv background and a Upright Citizens Brigade UCB background. You kind of like can't help but bring it to every job.
Yeah.
But it's the scripts are so specific and tight that there is less improv on this set than you might think. Even though it's very welcome, it's like you kind of know you're not going to be able to do better than like what's written. They have thought and rethought and triple, quadruple thought every single word that you're just trying to get it word for word. You know what I mean? And occasionally a director will be like, go nuts on this one. But I think usually we're just trying to honor the writing in a way that like I haven't really experienced before.
Well, that makes sense, especially when you have a plot with so many different threads that you need to like you maintain consistency and sort of like tell this really convoluted story.
Don't have a lot of room to like go off track.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So I'm wondering, for me, I made a dumb tweet earlier. I was really excited to talk to you about one of my favorite moments in the show, which was the A.B. Janets.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Where like your read of that line and then like the quickness of that particular cutie's response, like that's just like one of those perfect moments that gets me every single time. And I'm wondering,
I'm so glad.
Of course, well, I'm happy to be able to tell you this. I'm wondering how many moments where you, as a fan, like, do you have to take yourself out and remind yourself not to laugh at the hilarity that's ensuing in front of you?
I know.
Especially with your character, who needs to stay, like, stone-faced.
Totally.
For most of it.
I think just getting, we would get sent the script like the night before a read through, and I would like often laugh out loud. My husband would be in the other room. What are you laughing at? I can't tell you, type of thing. There would be a lot of like laughing while I read the script, and the read throughs were always very like rowdy, and we would laugh a lot. But I don't know. Dropping into Janet character, little robot gal. It's like something clicked where it was like I didn't break very much.
what are you pulling from in your robot life experience as you construct sort of Janet's persona? Because there's a lot of little touches and nuances thrown in there. It's not just like, oh, she's doing Siri. Like, no, there's a lot more going on.
Aw.
And I'm just wondering what you're kind of like thinking of when you were putting that together and finding that voice.
It wasn't like as easy as I thought it would be. Yeah. And I had, especially the first few episodes where she is sort of Siri-esque or Alexa-y, I kind of finding that weird balance of like being a human but also being a robot and not really being either. Because you obviously don't want to like beep, boop, bop it too much, but you can't have too much of a reaction to anything anyone says because she wouldn't. So it was, I had to really dig into my craft.
Yeah, you have to look deep inside.
Yes.
Very like...
I did have this moment, though, where I was at a party, and I hadn't experienced Alexa before, but I was at a party, and the person who was throwing the party sort of like screamed at her Alexa to turn the music off, was like, Alexa, turn the music off. And it took me by surprise in a way where I was like, you can't yell at somebody like that. But then I was like, I guess it's just a robot.
Isn't that a weird time that we live into, by the way, that you're playing this character in this heightened fantasy world, and we're like, what real robots did you think about when you were putting it together?
I'm like, take my pick of many. But I did, in that moment, the way she responded, Alexa, being like, of course, I will turn off the music. I was like, oh, that's kind of Janet. Is just like, she's constantly, positive and happy and unflappable, and I'm glad that girl was kind of an ashhole to her Alexa.
Mean to her robot servant thing that she has.
Exactly.
And, well, we've kind of been trained for that. It is a really weird time.
Yeah, it is.
But I do want to ask, we tapped on just like very briefly, we have to go to Q&A in a second, but I wanted to get into, sorry, I have to listen to your question. No, it's the best part, but I'm really enjoying this.
Sure.
Anyway, I digress.
Don't we all?
UCB, Upright Citizens Brigade.
A.B. Janet's.
Yep, A.B. Janet's. This whole interview is just me getting at all the questions I've always wanted to ask, which is kind of the point.
Good.
How long ago, because I know it was, you spent, I want to say at least 10 years at the UCB, and you're still doing stuff with
Still
them,
doing
right?
stuff there all the time. Yeah, I discovered UCB. I saw a show there and then signed up for class the next day.
That's amazing.
A weird thing that I sort of just remembered, it was back when you like didn't really sign up for things online. You went in and like gave your money and your form, and the person behind the desk taking it was Donald Glover, who was like an intern at the time. Yeah. So it's been a while.
So like you contributed to the success of Donald.
Wow, I guess I did.
Yeah, you were a big part of his journey.
Wow, I guess in a way that Emmy does belong to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much yours. Yeah. I was kind of surprised he didn't thank you. I was like, what an oversight.
Right.
I'm gonna bring that up tomorrow.
I think you should.
Yeah.
But I should. Yeah, no, I get you. So yeah, I was at UCB for a long time. Here, now that I'm in LA, I do shows there every week. And it's just like my favorite place on earth. It's like my home, and it's where I've made like my, adult family, like the people that I love and am friends with and work with. And it's, everybody that you love on TV, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people that you love on TV came up there.
Yeah, well, that's
a special
kind of the
little
fun
place.
Thing. It's like that neat little inner circle that you get to be a part of, and you get to be surrounded by all these incredibly talented and creative people.
Yeah.
And it's just fun to see like who all like kind of come up at the same time,
Right.
and like all these connections that you have. Like you're friends with for Broad City. Like,
Right.
That's how you kind of got involved with that show,
Yeah.
right? Because you've known them for years as well. and you've
Yeah,
helped
I
them do that.
remember being in line for like our first audition for a house team and with Abby and Alana, and kind of being like, I'm nervous, and then now they're on Broad City.
And now they're on Broad
It was
City.
that step.
Yeah. Is it more nerve-wracking when you do something like Broad City and you're working with your friends?
Yeah.
Is it more nerve-wracking there because you don't want to like let your friends down versus working with like a Ted Danson who you've never met before but is an idol? Like what?
Yeah, I'm
is
trying
there a
to
weird
think of like the nerves. I think with Broad City, every time I'm there, I'm just so proud of them that I almost forget that I'm like also having to do a job there. Like watching Abby and Alana and Paul Downs and Lucia Agnello, who are writers and directors there, and Paul's on the show. Like watching all of them do their thing, I'm always just like a weird old mom, like on the verge of tears, like so proud of my friends that I don't really get nervous there too much. But then this, I don't know, this show should be nerve-wracking, but because of truly, I really think these two cuties And Mike Schur setting the tone. It's not a scary place to be.
Yeah.
The guest stars have a good time. The cast loves each other. It's just like a good place to be. And we just wrapped about a month ago. What? The Good Place.
I was gonna say,
wow.
did you do that on purpose?
No. And
we're gonna say that you did.
Okay.
All right. That
Yeah.
was incredible.
It's a good place to be.
There we go. Oh my gosh. We're gonna like Chiron that and then put a little sparkle in your eye.
Thank you.
I mean, we are live.
Yeah.
So I'll take out the part where I said
Where
that
you
we're
say
gonna
this
do that.
thing
Yeah.
and just do it.
We're gonna
Okay.
fix all this.
No, I know how TV works.
I would imagine that you do.
I don't.
That was making it up as we go. Making it up as we go. Well, that's as good a place as any
Well,
to
you
turn
did
things. I know. I didn't think you were going to call it out. I'm sorry. I just got to slide that in there. We're going to turn to audience Q&A, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't remind you guys that The Good Place returns this Wednesday, September 20th. We have it written down there, 8:30, 7:30 Central on NBC Thursdays. But this Wednesday, when it returns, 10/9 Central.
Yeah, that's right.
10/9 Central.
10/9
Wednesday,
Central.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll all be watching. We're going to have a big viewing party. I'm going to have it downstairs where they make me sleep.
Yeah. With just you and your
Just
pet
me,
rat.
and yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
pet rat?
Yeah.
Who told you about Seymour? I named him Seymour.
That I didn't know.
Well, now you do. That's why we're here. It's an exchange of information,
I like
really
that.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Guys, it's your turn to ask all of your questions. Go ahead. We've got a microphone right here in the front.
Hi.
Hello. First of all, I just want to say your performance on the show is probably the best one I've seen on TV all of last season. It's
second that.
hysterical.
Dang, dude.
And I'll hold for applause as we applaud for that. That's a
That's
fact.
so nice. Thank you. So much.
I could ask you a dozen questions, but the thing I really have to know is I need to know the backstory about the cactus scene. And have any fans gifted you cactuses
That's
yet?
really
Is that a problem you have to deal with
yeah,
now?
yeah,
Like
just
a
all of
fun
a sudden
problem?
being like pricked with cactuses. Cacti.
Cacti.
I wish I knew the backstory of the cacti. I'm sure there's a great writer's room story. And I also wonder like how many things they went through before they came up with cactus, or if it was the original thought. I mean, because it kind of could have been. There's just something so funny about like a big green cactus.
Yeah. It's mildly phallic.
A little bit.
Yeah.
We'll all say it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I remember reading that and I was like, I love these writers so much. Like, how? Why? That's so weird. I think there were even more in the script, more deliver. Yeah. Actually, I think if you do watch the extended version, which is on maybe Netflix, it's on Hulu.
Yeah.
There is
Watch it and
like
find out.
Watch it and find out. There is another cactus delivery. No one has given me cacti, dang. But I have gotten like,
Struggling with
yeah,
that,
yeah. The emoji is very popular in tweets that I get. You know what I mean? That's like an easy,
I caught that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow, look at that. I forgot.
yeah, it works really well.
That's really well. And way more practical than you having a ton of actual
I think so. Yeah,
cacti.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did send the writers' room when they went back for season 2. I sent them cactus cupcakes, which if you scroll back a little bit in my Instagram, check out the cactus cupcakes because they are they're works of art. They are beautiful. Alana Jonesman made them in LA. Look her up.
I have a really dumb question.
Here we go.
Are they just like aesthetically cacti, or were they made with bits of real cactus?
Gross.
I don't know. Have you ever had a cactus?
Yes.
Oh, really?
And actually,
Oh, you totally called me out on that.
yeah.
Filled with water is all I know. That's all I've got.
Well, I guess I haven't had like a cactus, like a bite of cactus, but
I would
you
hope
can eat cactus.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I don't like it.
All right, I've never. I thought maybe it's
Okay,
great.
well, come to LA. They put it in things.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, is it like kale over there now? Like
It's not exactly
it's not-
kale,
it's
but
like
it is
coming
like
up?
yeah, it is in like healthy restaurants. I always
No
say
way.
no cactus.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. We have another question for you. It's going to be right here.
Hi.
Hi. So with after the filming the first season,
Yeah.
did you kind of know with the spoiler or the cliffhanger that there was where your character was going to go, or where the season was going to go in the second season, and do you know now that you're wrapped where
Yeah.
the third season might go?
Well-
Then can you tell us in great detail,
Yes, I will,
starting from
definitely.
episode
Okay,
1?
so,
And, okay.
for season 3. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It was really nice of Mike Schur to sit us all down at the beginning of the season to kind of take us through what the season would look like and to kind of have an idea, because it really does go all over the place in a way that even if I explained it, it would be pointless. Like detail by episode 3, like we are in a place where you couldn't guess if you had 500 guesses. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They really don't wait around on that show. Like they give it to you right away, and it comes at you fast.
That was kind of part of the fun.
Yeah,
That
I think
there's
so
a mystery,
too.
but they're constantly throwing a new
Totally.
angle at you and a new thing, and like keeping it interesting. And he probably told you because he assumed if he didn't, Ted would have just told everybody.
Yeah,
anyway,
Now
right?
he knows at this point that
Exactly.
this little cutie can't
That
keep
cutie.
his mouth shut.
Yeah, that's why it has it open on the poster.
Yeah.
he just can't do it.
You can't do it.
Unfortunately, we have time for one more question. It's going to be right here in the front row.
Hi there. What was the most funniest story on set? I feel like with all these different cast members and all these funny people, so like it just must be a blast working together and
It
things
is
must
so
just always
fun.
happen.
That is a great question, and one that should like come to the front. I mean, the thing is that everything is funny. Everyone's funny. I remember shooting the finale. It was like a late night shoot. We were very giddy, and when I say the finale, I mean the scene where the reveal happened. So it was like basically anytime all 6 of us are together, it takes a long time to get through a scene because we're just kind of laughing and like messing around the whole time. Will and Manny and I have a tendency to like dance and make up songs a lot. Oh yeah? Yeah, there is one about a cactus. Okay. It goes cactus up, cactus down.
I love it.
There's more to it, but it's pretty much just repeating that a lot.
I was going to say, that kind of sounds like the whole thing as far as I'm concerned.
In the finale, when Ted reveals, he sits down in a chair and he kind of just improvised this little thing where he like knocks the cactus off of the thing. And then Will and I started singing cactus up, cactus. You remember the song, the old hit. Yeah.
Up, cactus down.
Yeah, cactus up, cactus down. So feel free to, request it at your local radio, whatever.
Karaoke
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
It's fun because you don't need the words on the screen.
Exactly. You
just
know
go
it.
nuts.
You know it.
Which is when it's best.
I think I wish I could tell you like one specific story, but it is like a cast of 5, 6 really like loving people. We all get along so great. They're super funny weirdos. Everybody's like a super funny weirdo that's very happy to be at this particular job. So every day is a pleasure. And we wrapped a month ago, and I'm like very lonely. I miss them so much.
I'm sorry to laugh
know.
at that really honest and tender moment.
Everyone's like, "Oh, you're wrapped, great. You have free
Yeah,
time."
exactly.
I'm like, "No. I love being
wanna
there.
go back."
I love them."
And then they've thrusted you out into the real world now alone to
Yeah.
go talk about all your fond memories with them. So I can imagine you're probably crushed right now.
I love them.
Yeah, but we put giant pictures of them
And
next
I
to
like
you.
that.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, they smell good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We pumped that in from the back. Yeah, that's. Yeah. Honestly, Darcy, we could do this all day.
Let's.
Thank you. Okay, fine, fair enough. We're gonna cancel everything else going after this, guys, and we're just gonna run this through. No, but seriously, Wednesday this week, September 20th, 10/9 Central, NBC. The Good Place is back, season 2. Season 1's on Netflix right now.
up.
Catch up. You've got time. It's
Rewatch.
incredible. It's totally worth it. Rewatch it. Don't send us any cacti, please. Do send us cacti emojis
Or cupcakes.
Or cupcakes. And one more time, a huge round of applause.
Thanks,
Join me in thanking
guys.
Darcy Carden
Thank
for
you
being
so
here.
much.
Darcy Carden, everybody.
Thank you.